Pascrell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Madam Secretary. So, unemployment is at an historic low. Interrupt me when I say something that's not correct or can't be proven by data. Wages are rising. I want to come back to that in a minute. Inflation has plummeted. We got work to do. Factories are booming. America's economy is the envy of the entire world. There's no two ways about it. So I'm proud of our efforts to make big business and rich tax cheats finally pay their fair share. What the heck is wrong in that? And we've made progress. We have not made progress in the area of the income gap that still exists, even when wages increase 4 to 5%. We've got to do something about the code, the tax code, the very tax code. You can draw a straight line from these wins to the policies enacted by President Biden. And yes, Democrats. Secretary Yellen, I'm glad the budget includes, finally, closing the carried interest loophole, maybe the worst loophole in the entire tax code. My Ending Wall Street Tax Giveaway Act mirrors your proposal to ensure Wall Street executives and private equity tycoons pay their fair share. We came very close to closing that loophole, if you remember, in the Inflation Reduction Act. And I'm not giving up. Because if we don't do that, we continue to send the wrong message to taxpayers. You talk about competition, that's what we need. Madam Secretary, as the Congress continues to consider future tax legislation, can you commit to making carried interest fairness a top priority?
Yes.
Question 2. Earlier this year, the GAO released a report. I requested that report on ways to crack down on wealthy tax cheats. It found that good enforcement returns $12 for every dollar spent. Remember that report. But identifying high-dollar cheating is a big challenge. They got every trick and every lawyer in the trade. As rich tax cheats use sophisticated and brazen tactics to obscure their earnings. That's nothing new over the last 45 years. Madam Secretary, can you expand on plans to address gaps in the IRS hiring, training, and tech so that the agency has the tools to close the tax gap?
The IRS is doing exactly that using the funding provided in the Inflation Reduction Act. Its budget was so limited after decades of cutting its budget as the economy grew that enforcement and the ability to hire competent tax lawyers, accountants, data scientists, and the like, that audit rates fell to exceptionally low levels on wealthy individuals, complex partnerships, and large corporations. And with the infusion of funds that the IRS has received, in addition to and importantly improving consumer service dramatically, it is going after all of those tax cheats who are responsible for what's estimated as a $7 trillion tax gap over the next decade. And it's had an early success in going after 1,000 individuals making more than $1 million who owed back taxes. It's already collected $500 million, but There's much further to go, and that's where the enforcement dollars are going. No increase, as I've promised and as the commissioner has promised, on households or small businesses earning under $400,000. It's all going to the areas that you named.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Welcome to the neighborhood, and I yield back.